All right, mate, how are you placed? Everyone's fit, ready to go for the weekend?
Yeah, we're going really well. As a team, it's probably the best basketball we've played all year, and it's sort of been a lead up to finals, and that continued last Friday night with the game against Northwest, where we took care of business pretty easy.
Do you take the way that the ladder shaped out as motivation to prove a point in the disappointment of missing out on a home final, or how did you approach it with the guys?
Yeah, well, I mean, we've spoken about it a lot. We're not sure how we actually missed. Obviously, we finished equal first, but to be put on a count back to third with no real understanding of how the system works is obviously disappointing. But at the same time, you've got to go over and win on the mainland, and right now we're on a 7-game winning streak. We're coming up against what I think is the best team, and I said that at the start of the season. All their NBL players will be back this week, so it'll give us a true indication. We've set it up nicely, and hopefully we can get that win and reward our fans with a pre-final at home.
Is it a bit unfair to be facing Kilsyth?
Oh, I don't know whether it's unfair. It's just we struggle to comprehend how they work it out. But that's been the Siebel system for years, as far as not having the best of 3 finals and making this time of year exciting. I just think they've got to relook at the whole setup, to be honest.
They've changed obviously from conference to top 8. You think it needs to follow the AFL model with percentage as your basis of a tiebreaker?
Yeah, no brainer. I mean, why would you not just make it a percentage-based system? If you're equal on points, then it goes to the team that's highest percentage. It simplifies it, makes it easy for everyone, and gives you meaning every game to go out and win by as much as you can. So, yeah, the system's broken in our view, but we'll deal with it, move on, and got a huge game on Saturday night that we think we can win.
When you say best of 3, is that just for the main final, or do you like to say that for every final?
I'd like to see every team rewarded with some sort of home final. So Northwest Thunder now, making 8th spot on the ladder, is going to cost the club money by going away, whereas they can't reward their fans. It's just a crazy setup. If you've got to shorten the season, you're not going to play everyone twice anyway, but let's make the final system a more exciting package for all people and all clubs.
Do you like the no conferences this year, though? Has that been a win?
Love it. I think that's one thing they've got right, is the one conference has really made every game mean something. And you saw the last round, there were teams everywhere that had to win to make certain spots on the ladder or make playoffs. So it was a great setup, but I think, as I said, we'd be more exciting if you saw the 3-game playoffs for these numbers.
Are you looking back at April's match at all against Kilsyth?
No.
Lost there?
No, it was our first game of the season. Craig turned up 10 hours before the game. We're a different team now. We're rolling, and Moo's playing some exceptional basketball. Craig's leading the team well. You've got Trey, who's led the league in scoring. And then Zach White has played a huge role in shot blocking, steals. How he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year is another unknown. So, look, I think the only way we can prove ourselves is to go over and beat Kilsyth, and that'll give the league a wake-up call, and then we'll be favourites going into the finals.
Did the system cost Mount Gambier a spot in the top 8 as well? Another focus has been on you.
Oh, look, if I'm sitting in Richard Hill's position in Mount Gambier, I'd be just glad the season was over. They've had a really injury-prone year. They've been inconsistent. They wouldn't have wanted to go into the playoffs on the back of what they're doing now. But no doubt they'll come back next year. He's just re-signed a 2-year deal, and they'll be bigger and better next year. You can guarantee on that.
When do you start to look at this St Mary's game and managing players and things like that? That's going to cause a few issues coming up in the next few weeks.
No, it's a priority to win games, finals. It's Chargers is our main focus. What we're looking to do is turn that into a Tasmanian game. So we're going to invite the people like Mason Bragg, Joe Chilcott, maybe Trey Armstrong, a couple from the Northwest, to really put the best team we can on the floor and challenge St Mary's, who obviously playing the NBL teams coming in here. We don't want to be wiped off the floor, so we really want to be competitive and do well.
You guys, are you any better position this year than last year? You must feel as though you've really got the team firing at the right time. Yeah,
look, we were spluttering last year. We were struggling to win on the road, losing a lot of close games. This team is just the last 7-8 games since Matt Yang's returned and the team's got rolling. Craig's leadership has really put this thing where we want to be. Very confident right now going into Kilsyth. We're going to have to play extremely well, but we're playing some fantastic basketball, which is great.
What makes them so dangerous?
Oh, they're loaded. their starting 5 is an all NBL starting 5 or imports. So they're well coached with Justin Schuller, who's assistant coach in the Melbourne United team. He's put a team together that has been favourites since the outset. So we're going to have our work cut out, but I can't see many teams stopping us in the next few weeks because we're just rolling so well.
When do you start looking at next year for player signings and stuff and getting these blokes that have done so well for you this year?
About April, June, we started talking to different players. So you're always thinking about next year. We've got some players in mind that we'd love to see join the Chargers in 2019, but also you've got the Huskies on the back and thinking about where we're heading with that and what sort of recruiting we need to do to complement that. So it's a great selling point. I've never had so many ex-players that I've played with or players that are currently in the system that want to come and play with the Chargers or be a part of the Huskies. My phone has not stopped. It's been incredible.
When you say we, you're obviously part of this, so what's your role?
Oh, no idea right now. It's more getting ownership of that deck and trying to convince the council that it's a good thing for the area out there and the community, and then once that's set up and Justin understands that and the consortium that's involved, then they'll make those decisions moving forward.
It just seems extraordinary they've gone to all this stuff's come out and it's so exciting. There's absolutely no assurance at all from the NBL, not even 1-2%, nothing?
Nothing. I think it's gone the other way, that these guys have put their money where their mouth is and said, well, we're going to convince you that Tasmania deserves a national sporting team in Tasmania. So I think it's exciting. It's if you hear the people talking about it around the country, around the world, it's just incredible.
You touched on Zach being perhaps a bit harsh or overlooked in Defensive Player of the Year. Did Trey and Craig stake claims for MVP? I'm not knocking Tom, but you think as though where were they in the running for it, do you think?
Oh, look, I think Tom deserved to be up there. I mean, he's playing in a side that was sort of mid-pack. It's hard for Craig Trey because they take votes off each other every week, and same with Matt Young and Zach. We've been playing such good basketball, and we've got a great group that complement each other, that some weeks someone will go off and the next week it'll be someone else. So it's really tough. I think Craig to get second, if he had been playing with the Melbourne Tigers, if you're asking me, is he the best player in the league? Yeah, by far. If I had to recruit a player tomorrow, it'd be Craig Moller. But the MVP, the voting system works different to that. It's on Unite, and we've got a lot of good players taking votes off each other.
You see someone that has he indicated he's wanting to come back? I'm sure you want to love him, but yeah, where does he?
Oh, he's got bigger fish to fry at the moment, but obviously the talk around the Huskies and things like that. I mean, he's a priority for us. If he comes out of contract, he would be really one person that we would focus on straight away as a club.
It says on that thing you want to sign players to take to the NBL.
He's one.
So can you start saying if you come and play the Chargers, you can play with the Huskies too, even though we don't have a team, but is that going to be something you pitch, is it?
You're all over it, Brent. Of course it is. It's a big part of our selling point.
How do you pitch it? There's no license there.
You give yourself the best opportunity. If you're not in the NBL right now, if you want to be a part of the NBL, Hobart Chargers is where you want to be playing.
How many Tasmanian players will be on that list, do you think, if we get a licence?
Oh, unknown yet. Obviously, Mason Bragg would be high on the priority list. I think he's had a pretty good season, although last Friday night he struggled a little bit, but unknown at this stage. I mean, Thierry Masunda's had a great year. If you saw the match up with him and Mason, I thought Thierry was exceptional. So, look, there's a lot of things to go right, but I know, talking to David and the consortium, one thing is for sure: if it doesn't happen now, it will never happen.
Just looking at Huey Greenwood's tweet, could you see him coming back to basketball?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think AFL, your body's you've only got a short career. Doesn't take that much out of you. So I would guess that he's probably looking at something like that, life after footy, or like at some stage, and basketball would be a no-brainer for him.
Have you spoken to him about it?
No, but obviously he's tweeted, he wants to be part of it. So I think the exciting thing is the brand is probably the best in the league. And the vision, if you want a regional basketball team in any region, the concept and the business plan they're putting forward is, again, should be a priority for teams in regional areas to have that ownership of your stadium and all those revenue venues pathways. So it's great.
And I know I asked this last week, but you couldn't answer it. But coaching the team, is that something you'd be interested in? Do you think you've got the credentials to coach an NBL team?
Oh, look, I don't know whether I got the credentials. I mean, I've been coached by a lot of NBL players, but it is what it is. Like for me, I don't think I could have done any more at Siebel level. Obviously, I've had a great run. I think with 30-4 in regular seasons over the last 3 years. That's an unbelievable record. So to walk out in that stadium on Friday night and see 2,500 people there and people being pushed away from the door, it certainly gave me some gratification that we've done all we can. So I've got to make some decisions over the next few months or few weeks to where I'm placed moving forward as well.